Hello, hello. It is the last day of August, so it's time for our Lunchy Learn series. I have been doing this series every month now for at least through the summer into May. And so what happens at the last day of the month, I do a really quick class that you can watch or you can attend over lunch break. Sometimes we're during the week when people are maybe at work, and sometimes they're on the weekend. So it just so happened that this month it is on the weekend. So let's get started. My goal when I do these classes is for them to be really quick, like over a lunch break, around 20 minutes or so. And so this week, since we're into August and we're doing back to school time, and so let's get started. Okay. So, what are we talking about today? So, what are some aspects of your life that are impacted when you aren't feeling your best? So, obviously, holidays, when you're traveling, it's not good, awful to travel when you don't feel well, your career, and then family get togethers. But obviously, school is a big one as well. So, that's kind of where we're going to focus on today. I wanted to advance without me having to use my mouse, but there we go. Or not. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the wellness pyramid. We talk about this wellness pyramid a lot. We use it in everything that we do in our classes because it's really, I like this pyramid even better than like that food pyramid because it's going to start with nutrition and digestion, which you need to be focusing on to lay a really strong foundation for wellness. And then movement and metabolism, rest and managing stress, and reducing toxicity. And all of those four steps are actually things that you can do with just lifestyle changes. So that's why I really like this because it puts the control of your wellness in your own hands. So somebody's coming. Let me go ahead and admit them. So, what are the five lifestyle habits? Since we're talking about lifestyle, what are five lifestyle habits for staying healthy this season? So we're talking about back to school. Back to school is going to get us into that season where we're around more people, the kids are around more people. So if they catch anything, they're going to bring it home. We're around more people as parents and teachers and others that are involved with education. And so we really want to look at our lifestyle habits. And what are some things that we can do to try to help stay healthy this season? Eating your protein, whether you're a meat eater or you're a plant eater, is making sure you get in your protein, but you have to get in those fruits and veggies. No matter who you are, you need that because your fruits and veggies are going to give you the phytonutrients and lots of the vitamins and minerals that we need to be healthy. Staying active is really important. Getting enough sleep. This says even get some extra sleep. The average adult should be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day, and younger kids and even teenagers should be actually getting even more than that. And then eliminating stressors, because stress is something that can really, really affect your health and your wellness and your immune system. So, thinking about your immune system, what are some things that we come in contact with or we do that can harm our immune system? Smoking, and even if you don't smoke, so we're talking about back to school and thinking about kids, but even if you're not a smoker, being exposed to secondhand smoke is just as detrimental. Binge drinking again, adults, not getting enough sleep, that is can be a bad thing for your immune system because when you go to sleep, your body goes into maintenance mode and it tries to repair things that have happened through the day. And it has a number of things that it likes to do to help you stay healthy. But if you cut off, the amount of time that it has, it won't go through all of its, checklist. Physical inactivity, carrying negative emotions. So, carrying negative emotions and thoughts. This is a lot with mindset. We could talk about mindset for a whole year of classes, but just, thinking bad about yourself and even just carrying negative emotions, that's going to affect your immune system. It's connected to that. Avoiding sunlight. We really need to be outside in nature and get some sunlight and get the benefits that you can get from just getting sunlight. Ignoring personal hygiene. This is one, especially for school age children or, For youngsters getting back to school, make sure that they take care of themselves. There are a number of things that can go wrong when you ignore personal hygiene. And just think about, not brushing your teeth is a big one, especially for youngsters. Using toxic makeup and hygiene products, this is where we think about reducing our toxic load. So if you stop and look at things you use every day that you're applying toxins to your body, think about your deodorant, your body washes, your cleaning products that you might use. A lot of the makeups that are on the market, they're going to have toxins in them, and we expose ourselves to them every single day. Misuse of antibiotics is another way to hurt your immune system. Lots of times we'll see when people use antibiotics, they'll a whole round and they don't get better, and then they give them more antibiotics. And so when you're using antibiotics, it's destroying your immune system. It's destroying your gut health. And so a good thing, if you do need to use them, get some probiotics in there. Make sure you're taking those as well. Make sure you're eating, a lot of your healthy foods as well to help build your immune system back up. And then not getting enough water, not staying hydrated. That's another way that's going to hurt your immune system. Get your water in, get you some, fruits and veggies that are hydrating, watermelon, cucumbers, pineapples. Those are very hydrating as well. So do that and get some water. I know a lot of people don't like water, but add, those fruits to it that can help you want to have more flavor to your water, or do the electrolytes. So we have the MetaPower Recharge electrolytes. We have I know some people, they'll make a drink and stay hydrated. They'll put the MetaPower Recharge plus the MetaPower Advantage, which is the collagen plus the probiotics, and put it all together. I personally do the MetaPower Recharge electrolytes and the powder probiotics together, and that's kind of my power punch drink. I like it, and I get my water, and I get my electrolytes, and I get my probiotics all in one. So next, it's so slow today. Couple. All right. So we're thinking about it being you lots of times just thinking about your daily diet and the things that we're doing. We are nutrient deficient. And so this is just showing you the percentage of adults that are deficient in the different vitamins and minerals. And so this is just the some of the top ones we pulled. And so the 95% of adults are deficient in vitamin D, 94% in vitamin E, 61% in magnesium, and we know how important magnesium is, 57% vitamin A, 49% calcium, and 43% vitamin C. Now, this is just, a few. And so, but where do we get a lot of this? We're going to get from our plants. Like I said, they're going to have the phytonutrients in it. But lots of times people, if they're not getting enough in their food, they will supplement. And the main supplement that I use, as I recommend everyone to establish a nice, strong foundation, is the LLV. And so that's going to have 3 components to that. You're going to have the omegas, and the omegas are going to give you your essential fatty acids. It's going to have a carotenoid blend, and it's going to have some oils in it as well. And then you're going to have your vitamins and minerals. It's going to have those essential vitamins and minerals we just talked about people are lacking. That's going to be in there as well. And then you have your alpha CRS. I love this because I think of it as you can't remember stuff. So this is the one that's going to help you remember stuff. It's going to help with cellular repair, cellular energy, and cellular longevity. So it's going to help at the cellular level. So you need to have a strong foundation. You need, I would say, for me, it's a combination of food. It's a combination of using the supplements as well. But you need to have that strong foundation to help your immune system be strong before you encounter different things that are going around, especially when you start going back to school. And then as we progress into these winter months, where lots of different illnesses are going to be on the rise. And we're already hearing that some things, it's going around, and you especially like the different schools and college campuses, because they're all back together. Now, if you have kiddos that are younger and they can't take pills, or even some adults that can't, handle pills, and there is kids kind of set a foundation. It's going to be omegas, and that's a liquid form, and then it's going to be some chewable vitamins. If you were, a Gen Xer like me, you'll remember we used to have those Flintstone vitamins. This is very simple to that. They're a little bigger than that, but they're kind of very similar to that. And so this is one way to get a good foundation for kids. Remember, we want to be in prevention and maintenance mode as much as possible. In order to do that, you need to keep a baseline of a healthy immune system and good nutrition in your body. So, to boost our immune system, and how do we do that? The main way that I boost my immune system to give it a little help is going to be using the different On Guard products. And so On Guard is literally the immune boosting oil, and it's in a number of different formats. You can use it internally, and so that's where you're going to have things like the oil and the beadlets and the drops. Love the drops and the chewable tablets. And the chewable tablets are cool because they have zinc and vitamin C added to them. And there's also a soft gel we're going to talk about. Remember how we were talking about reducing toxicity? You have some cleaners, you have mouthwash, you have hand sanitizer, and toothpaste. And those are going to also help you, with the personal hygiene, keeping that strong as well. And then one of my favorite things to use internally in terms of On Guard is going to be the soft gels. Now, if you were paying attention last month and you saw this was on sale for back to school sale, doTERRA ran a back to school sale. And this is a really powerful because it has the On Guard in it, but it also has things added like Melissa in it as well. Now, I always pause and I tell people, if you can get anything that has Melissa in it as well, grab it, because Melissa is one of our more expensive oils, but it's also a very powerful oil. It's going to be in our protocols for things like HIV and MRSA, which those are really strong viruses. And so if you can get some Melissa and keep that as maintenance and prevention in your body, I say go for it. But everybody I know can't afford that, but you can get the On Guard Plus. And it's also in another product we're going to go over in a minute as well. But all of these things in here, they're very good for antioxidant, antiviral. They're going to help you stay strong. And it is a soft gel. It's a little bit smaller than a capsule. Other thing I say, so this time of year, we want to keep our immune system strong, but a lot of the things that are circulating right now are going to attack the respiratory system. So we want to boost our respiratory support, and I use Breathe for that, the Breathe blend. And you can use the Breathe drops internally, and the Breathe drops are the other product that also have Melissa in them. And so you can have a 1-2 punch, get your On Guard soft gels and your Breathe drops, and that is to be a good way for you to get Melissa. There's also the Breathe stick, which you can rub on. If you remember rubbing on that Vapo rub when you were a child, this is what the stick is like. I like it. I typically wake up in the morning and just rub it on for respiratory support. Then there's also the Breathe oil and the Breathe roller. The Breathe roller I keep on my desk, and whenever I feel a little stuffiness, especially if you have like a season throughout the year where you have higher tendency to respond to allergens or pollen in the air, I keep this with me. I have friends and customers who have used Breathe when they've had some type of asthmatic situation, or if they're fighting anything respiratory, they'll come to this. Real quick tip to take is take the Breathe oil and put a few drops in your shower before you take it, and that also helps to open you up. I've seen people use that way as well. So obviously, it's not surprising. I feel like my power duo is On Guard and Breathe. If you've nothing else, if you were to get these two rollers to help your kiddos get ready for school, or teachers get ready for school, or parents, is to have these two and to just roll them on daily. Now, I know we've talked in other classes about how to use oils. So when I get the rollers, I roll them on pulse points. So roll them on your wrist, on the back of your neck. You can roll it on your chest, on the bottoms of your feet, and along your spine. And so I do this as prevention, and you can do it in the morning before they go out, and the evening before you go to bed at night. And it's not just the immune system, but we also, we're going back to school, and lots of people need emotional support because there's sometimes you may be transitioning to a different school. You may be doing new responsibilities as teachers. And so there is always going to be emotional support. And, your mental state and your emotions also affect your immune system. So I recommend adaptive. Adaptive is awesome. I love the roller, it's always with me. It's really good for homework help, for any kind of testing, anxiousness as well. So any anxiousness that's associated with back to school, I would say adaptive, balance, cheer, peace, all of those are really good. There's a few diffusers recipes that you can use. I would say look at the screenshot it real quick. So calm and compose, you can run that. See, that has breathe, balance, and forgive. Forgive is in our emotional air aromatherapy line. And so there's a line that has the oils, basically their names are telling you what they're helping with. So it'll be like peace, forgive, motivate, passion. All of those, that's what it's going to help with. But forgive is one that is in that line. There's a summer immune boost. This is one that's really good to run. And sometimes I recommend that, especially if you're going to be away from the house all day, turn on your diffuser and run it for the long cycle, for that 4 or 6 hour cycle, and run things like an immune booster and let that run while everyone's gone from the house. And then when you come home, you kind of cleared out the air a little bit. And it's also a good thing to run at night. I like to run either right now the oils for anxiousness and for calm. So that would be the adaptive during the day, and then the serenity at night. And so those are the things that we're running. So let's focus just on the kiddos. And so these are different rollers that you can make just for the kiddos. And so, and adults can use it too, but this is specific. So we know we go back to school, sleep cycles are often off. I know it would be like a week or so before school started. Our parents were like, you have to start going to bed early. You have to get used to going to school. And we're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the first day of school, you're so tired. You're like, oh, I wish I went to bed sooner. I don't want to go to school. But these are some things that help. That first, there's 2 rollers actually, one to help them sleep at night and one to help them wake up. And then there's a focus and calm child one. One you can make sanitizers for clean hands. You can buy it, but some people make it. Like when mine runs out and I might not have it, I'll make my own hand sanitizer. I just refill the bottles. I have the oils. The immune balm, it's also known as the flume balm. We talk about this a lot. This is one I like to start before school, make the rollers, get it in their system, get them used to it, let them make their own habit of rolling it on at night. And so it's going to have frankincense, oregano, is really strong antiviral, lemon, melaleuca. This is a nut and on guard. So the full flume recipe has on guard. I'm sorry, it's up at the top. I didn't see it. So yeah, this is the flume, another name, immune balm. And some people I've seen also where they have added or replaced melaleuca with melissa. We've already talked about how strong it is. And then some people also add peppermint for that respiratory support. So you can add breathe or peppermint to that. And then for homework help, peace, touch, which is a roller, the adaptive roller, or the motivate roller to help with homework. So again, screenshot this if these are some things you want, recipes you want to try. For parents. So parents too, there's different things that you'll be dealing with. I know a lot of people are familiar with getting a Z pack. When you're fighting something, I like to use this Z pack that is going to be oil based. And so it's basically you take 2 capsules in a day. And so this is a 3-day Z pack recipe. And so on day 1, so you take certain oils, and on day 2, you take 2 of certain, and day 3. And then you can buy veggie caps that are empty and you put the oils in them and you can take it. And then there's some ideas for teacher gifts. I know I used to love to give teachers, that's elementary school, give the teachers gifts at the beginning of the year. Bath salts are one. You can give a diffuser necklace and a few oil samples, or you can give them little rollers and I know I've seen where people have like just little gift baskets or a little gift bag, and this is something you can add to that just to give them something that you know is non-toxic and natural, and they would really appreciate. And then I know at this time of year, digestive health is another thing, and then clean hands. What I love about this clean hands, it can also be a throat spray. And I know initially to us that's like counterintuitive. We're thinking a throat spray that cleans your hands. Yes, it's because these things are non-toxic. And so we have to reframe how we think about things that we're using for our wellness. We should be able to use them all over and always. And so getting a sore throat, you can use this to, spray your throat. Also, if you get a sore throat, I really turn to the On Guard drops. Those are really good for knocking out whatever your body is fighting. And finally, for teachers, here are a few options. Some of them are similar to, for parents and kids, but then there's some more I know for headache. And I want to highlight bladder support because these recipes actually came from a teacher friend of mine. And so they're very intentional, everyone that is on here. And the bladder support, think about it, teachers are in the classrooms. They can't just go to the bathroom, exactly, whenever they want. So having bladder support is good. Digestive health, having energy. They're standing a lot, so muscle and joint discomfort. And for headaches, there's the happy heads, which that's a really good one because I use peppermint for headaches now, and sometimes I use frankincense, but this has frankincense, peppermint, and lavender. And if you didn't know, lavender is a really good calming oil. So that's having that added to that recipe is just going to help the body calm down as well. So if you don't already have a wholesale account, that is the way to go to get these oils. You will get 25% off of retail price. You get free shipping for any orders that are 100 PV or more. If you order 150 PV with your order, your initial, when you set up your account, you'll get some freebies. That diffuser is one of the freebies you can get. And then also, if you have a wholesale account, you automatically have a link you can use to share with your friends, and you can earn doTERRA dollars, as we call it, to spend on anything you want in your account, which I think is really cool. I've helped several people use a refer a friend link to be able to help their friends get, something that's going to benefit them, really benefit them. But then they also get basically cash on their account to spend. And I'm literally saying for anything. You can use it for tax, you can use it for shipping, you can use it for any of the oils that you want. So I'm jealous because I love that and I think it's really cool, but I love helping people save any way that they can. Like again, I said, if you want to get the oils and you're not, you don't have a wholesale account, which is the best way, talk to me. You can send me a message and you'll see my number at the end of this, or to the person who shared this video with you, because they will help you get them. Because when you work through a distributor or a rep or educator like I am, then you get that wholesale account for free for the first year, which is really cool. You want to get it. And then get some freebies too. And then you get someone that's going to help you on your oil journey and help you figure out, okay, what's best for me. And that's really what I get a lot of joy when I see people like, oh, this is what I use. I use this, this, and this. And you have your routine down and you see the benefits. That's really why I do this. Okay, so what do we have coming up? It's August 31st, and I know what the September promos are. So for September, we always have a product of the month that you can get free through the 15th of the month with 125 PV purchase. And that's just loyalty order is just like doing your own box, like say subscription box, I'm gonna work every month. And so that's what I do. So there's certain things my family uses. Like my daughter was just in here looking for Correct-X, and then they like the spearmint, the spearmint, it's not spearmint, it's super mint toothpaste. And my son wanted his face wash kit. And my husband always is looking for lemon and tea. So we have certain things we go through each month. And so when you order and it's a certain amount, you'll get something free. And Wyackwood is the freebie this month. Now, Wyackwood, I came out a few years at convention, and I was like, oh, this is cool because I'm a very earthy person to tree oil. But recently, I've been looking a little more into it because I knew when I saw that it was going to be free probably a month this month. And I just wanted to share real quick what it's good for a few things. It's good for distress and restlessness and fatigue, nervous tension and headaches, exhaustion, allergies, lung cancer, cough and lymphatic congestion, fibromyalgia, rheumatism, joint and tendon pain, inflammation, and gout, poor circulation, wound healing, edema, nerve pain, damage, and degeneration, and neuropathy, um, muscle cramps, spasms, menstrual pain, constipation, and then dry, irritated, and aging skin, eczema, psoriasis. So just looking at that, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is an oil I should be using. So I've told people, I'm open about it, that I have, this vein disease that I'm really trying to work on getting control of. And I was like, this needs to be something that I'm using. So I'm coming up, getting my special roller for the vein disease. And so cypress is really good for circulation. Helichrysum is really good, but now I'm going to be adding this wyack wood. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes for me, but I'm really excited about including that. And then look, Melissa's 10% off in September, which is really cool. It's a 5 ml bottle. It's like gold. I had one before my dog got sick, and we used it with him. But it was like, okay, we have to, I was really careful about how much we used and when we used it because it comes in that little bottle. But it's 10% off in September. Other thing is that this is our schedule for the upcoming Lunchie Learns, which is the last day of each month at 12 noon Central Time. Next month, we're going to talk about improving sleep health. Now, and you can register for any of these on that link tree down there. You just go to that link, type it in, and you'll see where it says, upcoming classes. You click on that and it'll show you where you can register. Now, convention is next month. And so we may have an extra class we come in there where we go over all the new products that are released. Because every convention, they release new products. And I've heard rumors, guys, that there's something cool coming. And I think it's going to be some kind of frankincense product. I don't know what it is, but I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what it is. But I will definitely be keeping y'all in the know. And I think there are virtual tickets. There's in-person tickets as well available still for conventions. There's virtual tickets. I think it is convention.doterra.com or doterra.convention.com. Either one of those. Just search doTERRA 2024 convention. If you get your virtual tickets, you will have access to get all of the new products then. They will not be selling the new products in a kit and post-convention like they used to do. They said this year is only way you can get the convention oils all together at the deepest discount if you have a convention ticket. So I think it's worth it to get the virtual ticket to have access to that, because sometimes the new products are not released right away. Some of them will be released like October, November, but sometimes we have to wait a couple of months to get them if you don't get them in the kit. So just letting you know, little tips there. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. There are my contact information, my website. Send me a text at that number, send me an email. And I always like to give some freebies if you attend my class or watch them later. So last month I did the kids. So I didn't go too deep into things that I talked about last month, but last month we did the oils for kids, babies, kids, and teens. And so I have a free ebook. If you scan that, you can get that free ebook. And it goes over most of what we talked about last month. And I also have this handout that's a bunch of tips for teachers on how to incorporate oils for back to school and for their classroom. And this handout was written by a teacher, and it was really good because I've shared it with other teachers and they liked it a lot. So just text me at that number if you want that teacher tips for back to school handout for how you can incorporate the oils even more in terms of classroom wise. And so that's all I got for this month. I think I kept it close to 30. I had a lot of information to go over. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. You can always contact me at my contact information. And I hope to see you next month, September 30th at 12 noon on Zoom, and we will be talking about how to have a healthy sleep habits. Be blessed and stay all amazing. Bye, guys.